Everything I've discussed so far in this video series has been about how to improve your outcome in influencing situations. One of the best sources of research for influencing comes from the research of Dr. Robert Cialdini from the State University of Arizona. Now, I mentioned Cialdini once in one of my previous videos. What Cialdini has done over his career is uncovered 6 principles of persuasion. Now, these 6 principles are reciprocity, consistency, consensus, liking, authority, and scarcity. They exist in every single culture, in every single society, but of course there is cultural bias. For example, in Asia, the principle of authority tends to be a major driver of decision making, while in Northern European countries, where consensus is the preferred mode of decision making, authority is less influential and consensus is a more powerful mode of influencing situations. What I'd like to do in this video is talk a little bit about the principle of scarcity, number 6 in Cialdini's list, and specifically how the fear of loss impacts human bias and our actions. It's well known that products which are rare in supply are considered more valuable. This tactic is used all the time. Think about online hotel bookings. Why is it that hotel that you want to book has got only one room left? They're trying to influence you by introducing the principle of scarcity. How about estate agents when you're looking at a property and they casually introduce that there's another buyer looking at it, hoping that that piece of information will tip you over the decision edge? Well, we're smart to most of these tactics. The real driver of whether it works or not is the degree to which you trust the supplier of the information. However, trust or not, when there is valid, verifiable competition for a resource or an asset, we naturally feel the risk of losing it and we're more likely to make a decision. People generally position their product or service in one of 2 ways: the benefits of having it or the risks of not having it. For example, when we buy insurance, we're driven by the risk of not having it, the fear of loss if we don't have insurance. But when we think of buying maybe a piece of luxury designer wear, it's the attraction of looking great in it that makes us want to buy it. Now, if we understand the psychology of persuasion, it's that risk of loss that actually is a bigger driver, because humans are naturally risk averse. However, it's more natural to position our product or service based around the benefits, and that's what many of the sales psychology textbooks say. However, it's not actually the best way to do it. If you can position your product or service in a way that your target thinks about what they risk by not having it, it's going to be far more persuasive than if you try to tell them about the benefits of having it. In English, we have the idiom, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, and that's exactly what it's getting at. We tend to protect things that we have rather than try to double what we don't have. And therefore, that risk of loss is going to have a much stronger psychological driver in our decision making. And that's a quick introduction on the principle of scarcity.